I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah. Steve's like, all right, young one, go ahead and do it for me. And I'm like, yes, sir. He's got nice too.
Hi, good evening, everybody. We have about 15 to 20 minutes before the hamburgers to the table, so it's kind of last call for appetizers. So if anybody wants, it looks like there's a little shrimp and a little guacamole and chips left over. So if anybody wants some more appetizers, now's the time to grab them. For those that brought appetizers, if you have special trays that you'd like to collect and take back home with you, I would ask that in about 10 minutes or so that you go collect your trays so that you can take those back home with you. If not, they might hit my trash can unexpectedly, so please grab what you brought so we don't throw anything away that belongs to you. Thank you.
Taylor,
Good to see you.
Good to meet you.
What's up, Tyler?
Hey. Steve's got me on camera.
He's got you running.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
It's just well made.
Yeah.
Good job.
Here we go.
Good job.
Reserved.
Yeah.
Sir. Oh me. Okay, here we go. Got it. I got it under control. Learning curve.
Yeah, there's
Just with the
fly line. Fly line means weightless.
oh, little nail weight in there. Yeah.
You put a nail weight in the head.
Little nail weight in the head. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Just a weightless.
All these small shops. So next year he's either going to be a really good sponsor or he's going to be broke. I'm not sure how it's going to work, okay? But congratulations on the big move. We thank you very much. A special congratulations for retired from the Sheriff's Department. I know how rewarding that must feel, given the fact that I retired about 5 years and 27 days ago. It's been absolutely fantastic, and Eric worked for me. That's how we first met. As a matter of fact, some of you have probably heard this story, but it's actually Eric's fault that I own a Ranger bass boat, that I'm involved in a club, that I fish, and have spent half my life's fortune, probably according to my wife, on fishing. Because when Eric worked for me, I said, hey man, I heard you're a fisherman. I've never done that. I'd really like to go try it. So he took me out to Diamond Valley. We got in the boat. We left the launch ramp. Before we got to the first spot, I looked over and said, man, I got to get one of these boats. This is awesome, man. And we had the best day. He caught a 5 or 6 pounder and got us on fish, because Eric also works as a guide, I think still, or used to, part-time. So it's all his fault, but Eric, congratulations, man. I love you. I wish you absolutely all the best in your retirement, first and foremost, and then certainly your new business opportunity. And I'm going to hand this mic over to you so you can tell everybody what you're doing and what you got going on. So this is it for me. Here you go.
Thanks. I appreciate all you guys' continued support. I know Rick's not the only one sitting out there because they met me. So I feel like I've had some influence on a few people.
You got
And actually, my retirement and the business and everything, and I am now a new boat owner again, so I get to play the game again. So it's all going good. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I took these a little out of order intentionally, Rick. Okay, and lastly, Anglers Marine tonight we're going to be giving away again $1,200 worth of gift certificates. And Rick wasn't able to make it up here, but we were able to get the Sultan of Service, and he helped cook again tonight and everything. He does a lot of work for us, and he didn't catch on fire tonight. I was very proud of him. Jordan, would you like to mosey on up here? So, and if you had not showed up, we'd have saved another $17, okay?
There you go, Jordan. Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to thank all the fishermen that come down to our store and, you know, spend time and money and, you know, buy boats and service your boats and everything like that. We really do appreciate your business. We've loved you guys as a club for a long time. Ex-member of the club and know a lot of you guys. See a few new faces out there, and I hope you guys, you know, all have a great year next year, and you know, come down and see us. And we have our Anglers Marine owners tournaments. We're gonna have 4 of those again next year. As soon as we get the dates settled here in a couple of weeks, we'll get you guys the dates on those. We hope to see you guys come fish our tournaments. We have a great time, pass out food, a lot of prizes, stuff like that. So we'd like to see you guys there. Thank you guys again for your support.
Thank you, Jordan. So, other camera. Okay, tonight on the table over there you will see that not just a special package put together by John Morrow, but you'll see that there are evergreen jerkbaits for everybody tonight, which is really nice. Yeah, give them a round of applause for that.
And John has been with us for many, many years, and he's got a place in Kingman, and he's been trying to get out there, but he met a lovely young lady and got remarried, and now he has houses everywhere. He's probably real estate rich, but all worth it, wouldn't you say, John? Yes. Absolutely. So let's thank the Evergreen professional, Mr. John Morrow. Come on up here, John. We're doing live video.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Rick, Ray, and Point Seekers. It's always a pleasure to come and hang out with you guys. You guys are the class act of bass clubs. You know, I started doing this years and years and years ago, and you know, I fished the bass club when I first started fishing, learned a lot from the fishermen, and you know, this is the way to go. And I even got a little video going about, you know, the Point Seekers and how big a club you guys are, and you know, what a great experience it is for everybody. You know, it's just a lot of fun to participate in the bass club. And anyway, but Evergreen, I've been lucky over the years, and I had some sponsors back me up, and Evergreen's been one of the premier ones. They've always want me to support and come to bass clubs and, you know, give some product away and get some of our baits in the fishermen's hands and see what they truly like about the baits. And so far so good. And you know, we got some new products out this year, and again, I didn't go to ICAST, I wasn't able to go, so I didn't get to see the new baits that came out. They got a couple new rods out. Again, our rods are very reasonably priced at, you know, $199 for whichever model you choose. And anyway, so again, I just want to thank you guys and thank Evergreen for letting me come and participate with you guys and hang out and watch everybody get their awards. It's really cool, and thank you guys very much.
Hang out for just a minute, if you don't mind. Before we get to your segment here next, this year for 2018, we welcomed one new member to the club, and I'd like to take a moment to recognize him. His name is Taylor, sometimes known as Tyler, but Taylor Osgood. Taylor, if you'd stand up and be recognized, welcome to the club. It's always nice to have obviously fresh faces in the club, but I have to tell you, I was lucky enough to fish with Taylor recently. We went to Mojave, and he's just a breath of fresh air to go fishing with. It's funny, Paige, his lovely girlfriend, she said, you deserved a t-shirt when you got home because you put up with Taylor for 4 days. But I got to tell you, it was absolutely fantastic. We had a great time. He's a good kid, and he's a welcome addition to the club. So moving on, normally this is where we recognize our most improved angler. But unfortunately, just like last year, none of you guys stepped up and really most improved. So this is 2 years running. Poor John here has got everything set up to give to a most improved angler, and I think we may have to change this to the least improved angler or something, because we're just not getting the most improved anymore. So in lieu of that, what we're going to do instead is I just welcomed our new member here, Taylor. We're going to ask Taylor to come up, and what we're going to do is we're going to ask John, because we didn't have a most improved angler, to kind of help out Taylor, who's brand new to fishing. When he first showed up, I don't even think he had any rods or reels or anything. I know I loaned him a couple, some of the other guys loaned him a couple, and I think Ray opened up his tackle shop. For the ladies, if you haven't seen it, in his garage. His garage is basically English Marine East, for all intents and purposes. So he opened up all his cupboards and let Taylor kind of pick and choose what he needed to get him started. But we're going to help him out a little bit more again, because we didn't have a most improved angler, so we're going to welcome our new member. So Taylor, come on up. And we're going to have John take care of you a little bit here.
Congratulations, Tyler or Taylor? Taylor, congratulations.
You can call me Ozzy. I think we're going to go with Ozzy from here on out.
Okay, we got an evergreen cap for you there. We got a little box set up here. Wait, that pulls down like that, Raymond. And what we have is a selection of lures. We've got one of the new evergreen frogs walking baits. So you go ahead and hang on to that. Okay, we got a couple spinner baits you can't buy here in the U.S. Those just came out of my little personal inventory.
Be careful, guys. I got an ace in the
Okay, you got a couple of our vibrating jigs, the jackhammers. You're gonna love them. You're gonna love them.
vibrating jig.
Okay, we got some tungsten bullet weights and drop shot weights for you. We got a shower blows walking bait, which is my favorite top water bait. Yeah, let's see. Hang on a second. Oh, and this is another thing you can't buy in the U.S. This is a jig trailer. One of my favorite jig trailers, a 3.5-inch green pumpkin, one of the evergreen frog deals. Then we got a Zeta lipless crankbait. We got 2 of those. And then we got this, which is a brand new bait that they don't have out on the market here in the U.S. either. It's a flat side, brand new crawdad crankbait from Evergreen. So you got a nice supply of evergreen stuff to get you going for a while. So good luck. Good luck. My pleasure. My pleasure. You're welcome. You're welcome. And congratulations.
I just want to say these guys, the only reason I'm here and the only reason I'm able to catch the fish that I am is because of moments like this, and they haven't taken a second chance to do it. Every one of you has done this, and I just can't thank you enough. I really can't.
Yeah. Thanks again, Tyler. Congratulations.
All right, we're going to move on to our awards presentation, and we're going to ask John to help us out just a little bit further. We're going to start out with our 3rd place recipient for this year, Mr. Huntington Beach, Steve Hall. Come on forward, Steve. Congratulations, 3rd place this year. Great job, Joel. Hey, Joel, how old are you? Hey, Joel, how old are you?
68.
Even somebody at 68 can multitask. Look at this guy. He's got the GoPro and the regular camera going. Good job, Joel. Appreciate it as always. Joel always helps us out with photos every year. Hey, moving on to 2nd place. Our current weighmaster and certainly one of our past anglers of the year. He has had a couple of strong years, just came up just a little bit short this year, but always a strong finish, Mr. Jeff Friedlich. Yes, that's the only time that I can call Jeff, or say anything about Jeff where he came up short. Tommy, you're right.
Stand down there. I'm going to stay up on the stair. Here, hold your joke.
Congratulations.
Great job, Jeff. Shorty. All right, moving on to the Big Fish Award this year. This member's been in the club since 2016. This is the first time he's earned this Big Fish Award. This year, fishing in extremely windy conditions. They were so bad there were waves coming over the bow of his boat. But he stood fast in the back of his boat because he had his son running the front because the waves were coming over the front. And he hung on with a big old crankbait, throwing it down, and he walloped a 9.56-pound toad at Paris. Congratulations to Mr. Ken, sometimes they call him Chuck, but Ken Norris, for earning the Big Fish Award of this year. Ken, congratulations, baby. Hey, Ken, before you leave, I wanted to first off shake your hand. And how does this work? Does your son get the top half of this trophy or the bottom half for running the front of the boat?
He gets the whole boat. As you said, it was brutal conditions, and he took me up and down that dam, and we tore it up. We did good. Yeah. So he gets this, but I caught the fish. You know. The difference is he's 22 on 55, and like you said, there was waves coming over the front of the boat. I couldn't run it. We don't have a seat in the front. We didn't have the seat in the front because we didn't know it was going to be 30-mile-an-hour winds. So I said, Zach, take us up and down the dam, and he did.
So for Ranger Boat Wrap out there, if you happen to be here in lieu of a seat, you need a 22-year-old to run the front of your boat, okay?
A seat. We just didn't bring it.
Oh, he's got a seat, but he didn't bring it. Okay, Ranger, if you don't include the seat, include the 22-year-old.
That'll work, yes.
All right, great job, Kenny. Good job. All right. I think I'm going to move over to the reserve table and have a seat while I go ahead and make this announcement. Do you mind, folks? Well, that's the other reason I'm here. I'm here to help you get up, okay? Well, let me get started. This is the third Angler of the Year for this particular member. I know you don't know who I'm talking about yet, but I'll introduce him to you in just a second. His first Angler of the Year came in 1999, the 2000 season. He was also our Angler of the Year for 2016-2017. Yes, for those of you that can't remember what date it is today, that was last year. This year, he battled it out, again, from pretty much the back of the boat, I think maybe with the exception of one tournament or two tournaments. And as one of our more elder members, he showed the young guys how to do it again this year. With an exceptionally strong second half, as always. He did that last year as well. He led the way throughout and sealed the deal with the win at our Delta tournament this year in June. As a matter of fact, I think he did it last year at the Delta tournament in June, as I recall. So Delta's been pretty good to you as well for finishing. You'll go back, huh? All right. This year's Angler of the Year for 2017-2018 is the gentleman seated in the reserve table for handicapped individuals tonight, Mr. Tom Wasco. Congratulations.
He's just there to get you flow over.
Nope, they're good. We're right here. Steps and I don't get along right now.
All right, Tommy, hang on. Hold on. Don't scurry away too fast with that king.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, could I have that for just a second? All right, thanks. Along with his Angler of the Year trophy, Tom, we're going to present you with a 765 SBR fast 7-foot 6-inch medium heavy power rod baitcaster rod, equipped with a Daiwa Tatula CT100H. Now, along with the fact that you can probably flip to your heart's content, you can also use that as the assistance to get back to your table. But that only is going to happen after we give you this mic, give you a chance to talk to everybody. All right, here you go. Congratulations, Tom.
Guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate this. For me, it's an honor and a privilege to be part of this club to begin with. To be honored this way with Angler of the Year is just more than icing on the cake. I appreciate everybody in this club. I enjoy fishing with everybody in this club. I'm glad to see through the first couple of tournaments of this year that we're getting a little better turnout, which I think was a little tough for some of us last year, but we really need to come out and just enjoy every day we get on the water. I'm missing a few days right now, so I know how much I miss them. But I will be back. So those of you that want to try and get as big a lead as you can, go right ahead. Hey, it's not a challenge, it's just a statement. I do have a plan for the last 8 tournaments of the year. I do have a plan for the last 8 tournaments of the year if it comes to play. I'm not saying I can even have a chance of pulling this out, but I'll make a couple people think about it just a little bit. Thank you.
Love you, Tommy. That was a great impersonation of Arnold Schwarzenegger, by the way. I'll be back.
Perfect. We're good. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Rick has put together a little kind of surprise for some people here tonight. We have 2 individuals that still participate. I believe they pay dues. If not, we'll collect them when they're up here. We have, well, kind of a goodwill ambassador, I guess you call it. Although I don't believe there have been any letters sent out in the last year or so. So if we get Mr. Cates to come on up here. And also Mr. Hart from Abraham Lincoln, California.
2 members we can't get rid of.
Yeah, we can't get rid of them. You're right, Vince. But Rick has put together, because they drive so far to get to the tournaments, and Ken and Sherilyn drove over here. We didn't mean for Sherilyn to bring Ken, but it just worked out that way. But we thank Sherilyn for coming to bring the sound system and everything, and Julie and Bill drove down yesterday. So, and they do travel a long way to come fish with us when they can. I don't know how many each of you fished this year. I know Billy, you fished a couple. Delta, 4 for a guy who lives in Northern California. That's pretty good. So Rick, why don't you take over?
Well, fellas, first off, both of you were obviously in the club when I first joined, and I got a chance to fish with both you guys quite often through the years. And I was sorry to see both of you go and move out, but it was great in the sense that Ken, I think you used to live in what, Palm Desert? La Quinta, close enough, out there that way. Yeah, and it got to the point it was really hot for you, right? Yeah. So where did you end up moving to get away from that heat?
Arizona.
Whereabouts in Arizona?
Sun City West, which is on the very northwest corner of Phoenix.
So is it cooler over there or warmer over there? Yeah. So as I understand it, you're right next to what, Surprise, Arizona? Yeah. So that heat came as no surprise to you when you moved over there? I know, that was a bad one, okay. Yeah. Only one show a year, and they don't pay me for this one, and certainly don't pay me enough. And Bill is like the Mr. Snap-on, great guy to fish with, and he decided to move up with his lovely wife Julie up to Northern California. They need to be closer to your children for the most part, right? And grandchildren. Yeah. And Julie, thank you very much. She still brings those wonderful little, I don't know, what do you call those? Brookies? They are the absolute bomb. But, you know, you almost have to make sure if you don't have a pacemaker, you got one on standby when you eat those things. They were just absolutely knocking out. So Bill, he's always showing up. He says, hey, Julie, hook me up, man. I brought some of those. So both these guys travel a significant amount of time, spend a lot of money. Bill does a lot of flying, actually, to get to a lot of our tournaments. And the way the Point Seekers work is throughout the year we collect points, and it's participation points, showing up to meetings and things like that to qualify for our year-end raffle. And we're fortunate enough to have some sponsors that hook us up, one being Daiwa, another being Powell, and the third being Anglers Marine, that give us these lavish gifts that we get to pass out to our members. Unfortunately, neither Ken nor Bill
qualify because, you know, they flat out, they can't, it's unreasonable for them to come to a meeting to get 2 points. Well, actually, Ken, you probably should make that drive every once in a while from Phoenix over here, just because it's cooler over here than probably it's cooler at your old house than where you're at right now.
Yeah, but I threw away all my sweaters.
Oh, okay. So, I thought we'd kind of do something nice for these guys because everybody really enjoys their company when they are able to come out. Bill, Bill actually, everybody enjoys Bill's company because I think he bops from place to place to place, and I think he eats with everybody, he drinks with everybody. But, man, he's like the alley cat you love to have at your place because when he shows up, you just have an absolute great time with Bill, and the same with Ken. But we want to do something special for you guys. And I said the same with Ken. I won't even tell the story of the night you were scratching on Jeff Prebrick's trailer because it was raining like a cat.
It was raining cats and dogs.
So that being said, we got something special for you guys, and we know you're the beyond the out of towner group, kind of the odd couple, so to speak, in that you use left hand retrieve reels, and we just happened to get 2, one for each of you, left-handed reels from Iowa. So I would like to ask Mr. Ray Mayo to come forward with a couple of left-handing retrieve reels. Gentlemen, we absolutely love your participation in the club. We thank you for traveling as much as you travel. We certainly wish you could participate more. We understand why you can't, but we want to take the opportunity here to recognize a couple of good friends and travel buddies, and hope you continue to maintain your standing with the club and come and see us when you can. And we love you guys.
It's a great investment. It's a great investment opportunity for myself because I pay my annual fees, which is $120 a year, right, John? He calls me all the time, gets the money out of it. And the good part is Julie gets $100. I pay $120, she gets $100. Not bad, not bad.
Well, apparently we just learned something about Bill. We thought this was about friendship, but apparently it's economics.
And he got a reel.
And he got a reel.
For $120. For $20.
It sounds to me like we need to have Bill pay for this. Well, I just happen to know that tomorrow's Ken's birthday, so I think you're going to sing Ken happy birthday, and then the 2 of you can walk away with your reels and enjoy your investment, Bill. Okay? So please, start us off.
All right, everybody know the words? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ken. Happy birthday to you.
Well, that was worth $20, huh, Bill? Huh? All right, hey, guys, we love you. I'm sorry, Ken would like to say something. Sherilyn, if it goes beyond 30 seconds, please cut the mic off.
Just have his medication, right? He's good?
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to tell you guys that I've been a member of the club now for, 25 years, long time. This is a really great bunch of guys. And I've been approached since I've been over in Phoenix working at the Cabela's. I've been approached by several different guys over there wanting to know if I was interested in joining their clubs. And so I talked to them a little bit about their clubs and kind of get an essence of what they're all about. And I'm just not interested. This club is unique. Not only from the format we use to fish, but the guys that are in it. And you'll always be special to me. So, good job.
Thank you, fellas. Love you, man.
Okay, it's over, Ken. Sit down.
All right, now it's that time that many of you look forward to, the giveaway section of the banquet. First and foremost, we'd like to ask Mr. Jordan Witt to please come back up on stage if he's still here. I can't see out there in the dark, but I see a shadowy figure moving forward towards the stage. It must be Jordan. All right, Jordan, thank you. And as you know, we got this happy little cup here. Tell you what, Jordan, why don't you pull 4 chips out of there? Any 4 chips. First 4 chips will do. You got 4? You have 5? Well, here, I asked you to get 4, so we'll put 1 back. All right. What do we have, Jordan? What are we giving away tonight?
$100 gift certificate, Angler's Green.
All right, $100 for anything at Angler's Green that you can find for $100 or less, right? And they sell stuff for over $100, so feel free to use your gift certificate along with your Visa and or American Express or both, and you might get a boat out of this deal.
Jordan will double those if they're used for boat deposits.
All right, our first recipient tonight is Mr. Bishara. Mr. Paul Bollinger. Mr. Douglas Ramos. And Mr. Jeff Preblick.
You guys line up for a picture with Jordan, please. Two on each side of Jordan.
He's done that before. Stand up, Doug. Seriously. Where's your shirt?
Congratulations, guys. We're going for 4, Jordan. That's a pretty big mitten to get in that little can, huh? All right, he's got 4. Here's Jim Valadares. Sir Robert Schneider. We need a substitute for Mr. Joel Williams because somebody else can be taking his picture right now. We need a volunteer. Vince Swan, you're right back there. Steve Hall, somebody, can you help him out? No, Vince, I didn't call you for a gift certificate. I didn't call you for a gift certificate. I called you to take the camera from Joel and take your picture. Or take his picture, excuse me. And last but not least, Mr. Bob Kemp. Hey, thanks for everything you do for us, Vince. Have a seat, bud.
Tighten up with Jordan.
You do what you can do. Push the shutter. You guys don't mad at each other. Stand so far apart. Yeah, smile. Get in there.
Trying to connect to something.
You know, Jordan's about the only one that looks happy in this picture. What's going on here, boys? Huh?
Okay.
Hey, Joe, you don't need the video anymore. You don't need any more video. We told me the video. Oh, okay.
All right, Jordan's going to pull 3 more out of the hat for us.
I hit the wrong button, so I'm gonna. I can take a still out of here.
Yeah, you just touch that
Mr.
button
Rich
there.
Miss Bagel.
Oh, I touched the wrong button. I got that.
John Santarufo. And that big fish recipient we heard all about, Mr. Ken Norris.
Joe, I just cut a still out of the video.
Thanks again, Jordan. Really appreciate it. Now we're moving on to the POW rods, and unfortunately, as we mentioned earlier, Keith Wright can't be here tonight. So Ray, who happens to be a representative of POW rods, is going to take Keith's place and represent POW. So I will go ahead and draw. No, actually, Ray, let's have you draw since you're the representative for POW. I would like 4. Not 5, 4. All right, baby. The first recipient, Mr. Steve Hall. All right, now calling Vince Swan. Vince Swan to the front of the stage, please. Randy Estrada.
Jim. Hey, Valadares.
And Andre Wallace. Come on down, Andre.
Jim, can you help me? Can you help me? I don't know how I'm holding this and it's killing my arm. Oh, thanks. I think it's supposed to be lower, aren't you? Or can you
No, I
tell?
can see him fine.
Oh, thanks.
All right, the next one is going to be 3, and there happens to be 3 in there, Ray. I think you can probably pull 3 out. Yep. Next up, Mr. Mike Collins. Here we go again, supporting the new drug addict, Taylor Osgood.
These two are the new Cinco spinning.
And Mr. Tom Anglinier Wasco. You need some help, Tom? You get.
Cinco spinning, bake casting. Whatever you need most. This is the sink, the new Cinco rod and spinning. Sorry for skipping it. Let me get in here with you guys. Here, come on a little bit, would you?
All right, we're going again. We need to pull 4.
You can hear him on the other side of the lake just like I can hear him. You can hear him on the other side of the lake.
That's good. He's excited.
You might have heard these names once before. We're on our repeat visit to the front of the stage. Mr. Bob Kemp. Mr. Robert Schneider. Bishara. And obviously I teased him last year, but I just have to do it again. This is the gentleman who could have been a porn star, but because he got involved in fishing is now a hooker. Mr. Jeff Reblick. Come on down, Jeff. Hey, Jeff actually wore that shirt once, not too long ago. I took his picture, and he got so mad at me for taking his picture. I said, thank God you actually wore that once. I heard his wife wouldn't let him out of the house with it, but he did wear it once.
14. Yeah. Good job, guys.
All right, you got 3 to pull out.
Look like 3.
That looks like 3. Mr. Doug Ramos. Mr. Paul Bollinger. And if we could use the assistance of Mr. Vince Wong this time, not to come up to the stage, let me clarify that first, to take Mr. Joe Williams' spot because he is the new recipient of a power rod.
Drop shot, fake out.
Congratulations, fellas. Thanks again to Keith Ryan for hooking us up in power rods. All right, we're going to move on to the Daiwa reels. I believe we have Mr. Jim Waits, who is a Daiwa representative out there in the area somewhere. Jimmy. Jimmy's our good friend from, well, we say Yuma, but where is it you actually live, Jimmy? Zoni? Okay, he lives in California, so he's technically a Californian. Winter Haven, California, that's it. But Jimmy's our buddy that we get to go to Mexico with, and have had a lot of fun fishing down Lake Pacachos, and he's just a great guy. But he's now a representative of Daiwa, and Jimmy, we're going to give you a minute just to say a few kind words about Daiwa, your sponsor, and then we're going to move into giving away their great product. I just want to point out Jimmy's wearing a Daiwa shirt, and he's going to be representing Daiwa. Representing Daiwa. We're gonna move this right along. Are we gonna do the product? Okay. Can I have one of those reels? Are they laying out? Hand me one. Just quickly, I talked about this last year. For those of you that throw different brands, when I got Daiwas, especially Tatulas, I mean, I was shocked. The 8-to-1, the high speed, over 30 inches in a crank. They come out with this new T-wing system. The casting's incredible. They have awesome bearings, awesome drags, the handles. I can't find anything wrong with this reel. And now they have 8-to-1s, and I'm winning a lot of money with this thing. And so I went to all Daiwa, totally happy for it. The rods are great. I know they just had ICAST, and they have a lot of new stuff coming out. And we're going to give a lot of you guys some of these brand new Tatulas. And so they have something for everybody. They have the CT models. You know, they're a little over $100 for a quality reel. I mean, you can't beat that anywhere. And then they have the higher price ones, Azillions and extra bearings and all kind of stuff. So something for everybody. But these things absolutely rock, and their rods are great. So let's give away some Daiwa stuff, and then I got 2 more things to talk about, and I'll talk really fast.
Yeah.
I don't think you're getting that microphone back, Jimmy. There we go. All right, Jim, if you would, come on over here and pull out 3 poker chips for me. 3. A lot of pressure, I know. Your hand fit right in that camera. We're good. There you go. I'll take all 3. All right, first but certainly not least, Mr. Mike Collins. Mr. John Santarufo, and Mr. Randy Estrada.
Rick.
Yes, sir.
There's one left-hander.
Oh, by the way, there is one odd side retrieve left. Whoever grabs it first gets it. Apparently, Doc is right in that same club as Bill and Ken. Doc, welcome to the Outer Town Club. They get 1 each. Yep. Jimmy, you gotta let go of the reel. Thanks, baby.
Take a picture with him, Jimmy. Take a picture with him.
That Jimmy's like Charlton Heston. You gotta pry that reel out of his cold, dead hand, huh? 3 more, Jimmy. All right, baby. Thank you, sir. No, I got it. Mr. Steve Hall. Okay, Vince. Calling Vince Vaughn to the front of the stage, please. And our angler of the year, Mr. Tom Wasco.
Jimmy.
Is that Tom Wallace or Tom
Take a
Wallace?
picture with Jimmy, guys. Tighten it up.
Wallace and Gromit. Thank you, sir. Yeah, you're welcome. There you go. Got it.
Congratulations, guys. Jimmy, 3 more. You got it? All right. Mr. Kid Norris. Mr. Andre Wallace. Oh man, this guy's going to be addicted for life. Mr. Taylor Osgood. Come on, Taylor.
Does anyone have any value for Taylor?
All right, I believe we have 2 reels left, right? And we happen to have 2 names left in the can. The can is now empty. Rich Misbagel, come on down. And Mr. Jim Balladeer. We cut them off after 2, Jimmy. I know you really want to keep that reel, but...
Steve, are you getting
All right, Jimmy. You said you two quick things. You promise. Okay, I love you, man. Don't let me down. All right.
I need a rod. If you'll notice on the table, one of the free prizes over there that everybody's collecting tonight, 30 packages or however many, is a new product called Jimmy Tips. And I designed it, I invented it, and I couldn't have done it without Ray. Ray helped me from prototype to finished product, so we have in the packages, and now he made me a cool poster. I'm shocked. I never had anything like this happen to me. But these little tips, they're vinyl. They have a secret rubber in the center. They're graduated, and you put them on your rod tips, and they snug on there. They stay on there. Any size tip, they're graduated and they fit. Put your rod glove over it, and they protect it. If you go to my website, w.fishandjimmy.com, Brent Ayler was gracious enough to do our demonstration video. You guys can watch it, fishandjimmy.com. And they're in Tackle Warehouse now and a few other tackle shops. You can check it on the site. So anyways, enjoy them. They're on the giveaway table, and it's a fun thing. And also give Ray a lot of credit. His people helped me with it, and I'd have never got there without it. So thank you again. And the last thing, really fast, a lot of you heard us talking about Mexico trips. A few years ago, I had a busy restaurant in town. A street widening put me out of business, and so I was a little suicidal, but I came out of it. And it was pretty bad for a few years. But anyways, I'm in the fishing categories, kind of semi-retired, mostly fishing, tournament fishing. And so I ended up going to El Salto every year for 20 years. And I started working for Ron Speed Adventures about 5 years ago. And they're a full-service outfitter in the Mexico Lakes, Comadero, Salto, Picachos. They even do Peacock in the Amazon. And you fly into Mazatlan, 2-hour trip. I book everything for you. They're all-inclusive packages, top shelf liquor, all the beer you can drink in the boat or whatever you want to drink. It's Mexico. It's margaritas, seafood night, ribeye night. The food's off the hook. A lot of these guys have been. We have several trips a year booked. If any of you would like to go, the same website, fishandjimmy.com, will explain all about it. And Ray, you get my contact information, and we'll all go down. Got a half a dozen point seekers going in December. We went last year. We're going again. We'd love to have you come with us. I took my wife in February. It's mostly guys, but there's a few ladies like to fish. My wife laid on the beach in Mazatlan for half of it, so she was happy anyway. So anyways, if you'd like to get with us, just check with Ray or Rick or anybody. Everybody knows the information. And it's Mexico time, 100 fish, 200 fish a day. All the stories are true. So love to see you down there. And that's all I got. Thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy. We appreciate all you do for us. Thanks a lot, bud.
You don't have to shake my hand. You're sleeping in my house and eating my food.
Ray, so we don't have a ranger rep out in the audience, right?
We do not.
We do not.
This
So
John Morrow and myself, I think, are here tonight.
Okay. John, if you have a special giveaway from Ranger, and as you notice, the can was empty.
Joel, change cameras.
We have a special giveaway prize to one lucky member of the club. And before I actually do this, I want to make sure, did everybody that was qualified, you knew who you are for qualified for the bank, everybody got called tonight? Yes, 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 we're all good? Okay. We're going to give away a special prize we got from Ranger. I actually don't know the value of this prize. Ray, do you have an estimate?
No, $200-300. Everything they sell is expensive. So
I think you can buy a hat for a couple $100.
Yeah,
this is a little bigger than a hat.
Yes, it's quite expensive.
Yeah. Okay, and it's special too, right?
Yes.
Is there anything that makes it special besides the fact that we're just giving it away?
You know, it was a surprise that we got it. How's that?
Okay. Did it have anything to do with, an anniversary or anything?
Still. I'm fishing, but
You're not going to trap me. You're not going to trap
This
me.
is like DVL in December, right? No? Okay. Okay, you want me to go? All right. I tried, folks, I tried. Well, we're going to have, before I even tell you what it is, we're going to have John pull out the lucky member. So, Ray, if you would, as the co-ranger rep, if you'd shake the crap out of that can, make sure it's as fair as possible.
What if the guy's too big? You just throw back in and not tell him.
Well, you know, I think we're going to have to see whose name is called. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, Ray, this is what we'll do. We'll have John pull the name. You and I will look at it.
Okay.
And then we'll decide whether or not we really ought to probably give it to him. Don't tell anybody who it is, John. Okay. I think that might work.
Yeah, I don't like him that well, but
well,
I think that'll work.
What do you think?
That'll work. Yeah, it'll work. You look like a gang guy.
Yeah.
It'll work.
Yeah. Well, we do have a police officer in the crowd somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll work.
I think. Yeah.
It'll work.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we call the name for the individual who might get this,
you can't see.
Ray, if you do the honors of holding the hook, and I'll help you take the covering off.
I don't know if they could even see it in the dark.
So if we could have John maybe go model that out in the crowd for just a second, John. What you're seeing here is a Ranger boat, special edition. This is what I was trying to dig out of Ray.
Yeah,
but,
50th
I didn't
anniversary.
make it, but it's the 50-year anniversary of Ranger boats. Special edition leather jacket. And it looks great on John.
Bye, John.
It's really a shame that we didn't pull John's name out of the cup, because he could have just walked on out of my backyard with it, but be that as it may.
And it's hard to see in the dark. It's all pressed into the leather of the 50th anniversary.
Very nice lining.
It's beautiful. Is there a secret pocket in there, John?
There is.
Oh. Is there anything in it? Well, there was a $100 bill in there, right, John? Yeah. There was a $100 bill. It's good thing we had you wear it. Huh?
But very nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And you know, Ray and I, before we did pull somebody's name, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, but before we actually call it who won this, we were kind of torn because I happen to be a Ranger guy. I would have loved to have won a Ranger jacket. But some of you out there are champion owners, and to be honest with you, I would have loved more to have a champion owner win this jacket and have to wear that 50-year anniversary Ranger jacket. But I think we struck gold in our lucky pull because I believe that while this person is a boat owner, I'm pretty certain that they don't own either a champion or a Ranger, right?
Yeah,
we saw a picture of
their boat.
the boat,
Yes,
right?
yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes, and I think we shared it.
Did we share it?
Yes,
We did.
we did share it. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, I think if you haven't figured it out by now, all you detectives out there, the winner of this wonderful 50-year anniversary Ranger Jack is Mr. Bashar Rafidi.
So remember, we had a picture of him in the boat, and he had his daughter with him. Yeah.
Pegasus. And it was neither a champion nor a Ranger, so I think we have a winner.
Oh yeah, baby. Zip it up. Now, I told you he'd look like a gang member in this. What do you think, huh?
Bashar, are you a biker? You're not a biker? No.
Well, he might have a bike, but you might have to blow it up.
Well, congratulations, Bashar. We're happy to see you win this. We really are. Enjoy it. Now you
I was hoping like hell he didn't post Taylor's name.
All right, baby. Enjoy that jacket. And again, congratulations. Special thanks to Ranger for tossing that in for us this year. It's great. Great. Ray, you got anything else?
No, I think our part is done.
Almost.
Almost.
At this point, I would actually like to ask Ms. Peggy Macy Hall, my lovely bride, to come forward so we can honor our wives and significant others.
We have to inspect them first. Where are they?
I don't think my wife is wearing anything special.
Oh, no. Come on now. Peggy has her earrings on. Russ and I bought these ugly earrings 20-something years ago, I think. Do you have your ugly earrings on? You do. Thank you so much.
For the record, my wife is wearing ugly earrings.
Those were passed down from Anna Marie Pierce. I told Russ we should pay him for them. He said no. Anna Marie said no. They're a gift.
All right, ladies, when you hear your name called, please come forward to the front of the stage. Vince, we're not going to call you at this point, okay? So just have a seat.
Rick, come down here so we get out of the way.
You got it. If we keep walking right, we might make it to where the beer's at. Starting with, no, I have a special beer there. Maggie Bollinger, come on down. Sherilyn Cates, all the way from Surprise. Okay, Sun City. Welcome back, Cheryl. Thanks again for bringing us the sound system tonight. I had LASIK a while back, so I can actually see now. Linda Dwan, not Vince. Linda Dwan. Laura Estrada. Let me see, Leticia Hall's already up there, so we'll go with Pat Hall. Julie Hart. Diane Kemp. Peggy Nail's already up there. Next, we'll go with Wendy Missbagel. Lisa Norris. You know, funny side story on this, before I call the next name. I asked Vince Dwan, our beloved secretary, to hook me up with anybody that was obviously bringing we call them significant others, so the next person I name is, I'm sure, significant. And I asked, I said, hey, I need a last name of the significant other. So Vince was nice enough to send me this next name, and I know it's incorrect, so I changed it, but I'm going to call off what Vince wrote me anyways. It's Paige Osgood. So Taylor's or something we need to know about, buddy? All right, Paige Bornenkopf, I believe is the correct pronunciation of her last name. Perhaps someday in the future you could be a crack addict like Taylor and come hang out at the club. Debbie Phelps. Donna Preblick. Holly Rafidi. Christine Ramos. Angel Gutierrez. Susan Santarufo.
our magnificent helper for the banquet. Teresa Schneider. Nicole Holland. Oh, I'm sorry, apparently I missed somebody. Barbara Moody. Sorry, Barbara. It's all Henry's fault. Bonnie Valadares. Paula Wallace. Noel Wasco. Barbara Wasco. And last but certainly not least, Brenda Williams.
Gentlemen, each of the ladies is going to get a crispy new $100 bill. And believe me, it is certainly not enough. Okay? So tomorrow I want you to all give them a credit card and the day free, okay?
Thank you, ladies, for everything you do for us and standing behind us on the club. Okay, honey, yes, you can take off the earrings now. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the banquet for tonight. Now, at this point, what we're going to do is, you know, fellas, anybody that's already up and running to the table, go ahead and have a seat. Working behind the table. All right, we're going to have to go into timeout mode here. Who just jumped up and ran to the table? Let me see. Henry Moody? Yeah. Joel can't hear me? All right. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone that helped set up the banquet tonight. Andre, Harold, who couldn't be here, John and Susan, Ray Mayo. Y'all did a great job. Thank you very much for your help. We thank you again for coming. At this point, the members who qualified or members of the club are going to go through the back table there and grab their goodies. The gentlemen are moving to their stations now to give you direction on how many and what type of items you can take.